Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2019 Stage Racer, episode number 88. Next up on the calendar is Tirreno-Adriatico. We have a team time trial to open, a couple of sprint stages, 2 climbing stages, and a short, let's just call it what it is, a prologue at the end. Alright, so we're just about ready to set off for definitely the last team heading out, or at least that's what it looks like. And we've got a solid team of riders, as always. Landa, though, no. Moscon a bit, Bernal somewhat, Alaguert, put you down. Uh-oh, this is definitely not the strongest team we've come with. That means I really need Kwiatkowski to put in all the time that he can manage. I need to put in a bit of time, just got to make sure I don't get dropped. Alright, here we go. 19 minutes, 4 seconds is the time. Or, of course, at this kind of distance, going flat out 99 the whole way, and it's just going to come down to who is your strongest time trialist. It's flat, so this is all up to Kwiatkowski and I, for the most part. Peel off after my first shift. Definitely add a bit of a deficit. Kwiatkowski, what the heck? Why did he peel off so soon? He is set to maximum time, and he peeled off really early. That's not right. Something did not go right there. Bernal's spending more time on the front than Kwiatkowski did. So that's gonna hurt our time quite a bit. You can see that I'm only just now back to neutral, and Kwiatkowski should have been on the front for quite a while, which means my next shift it's gonna be hard to maintain, and then at the same time I'm going to want to be able to get back to the front 5 again to make sure I don't lose a second or two. Alright, we're still doing okay. Yeah, we're fine on that. Kwiatkowski now to the front for most of what's left. It's Landa, no time. Moscon, we're going to really cut his time down so it gets back towards me here in the final kilometers. There we go, Landa peels off. Moscon needs to peel off. Come on, buddy. I am 5th. I'm okay. Yeah, see, we're only 3rd, 5 seconds behind, and half of that could come down to that first shift for Kwiatkowski where he was set to maximum, and he ended up there for like 2 seconds. That was weird, and that definitely cost us time. But 5 seconds off the pace, not bad at all, I suppose. Jumbo Visma does claim stage number 1, EF Education first, 1 second behind, and we are 5 seconds down, very much in this thing. It does drop off quite a bit after that. So really, in terms of timing, the top 3 teams have a bit of an advantage over the rest of the field. Yetzi Bull, first one right now. Stage 4, other than a 20-something second win, surviving a break by Michael Valgren, no surprises in the 2 sprint stages between the first stage and where we are now. The good news, I control 5 of the 7 riders on the team. The bad news, the 2 riders I don't control are 2 of the 3 best climbers besides myself. So Bernal, Landa supporting Bernal for their own chance at victory, as we are double dipping on that front. That hurts a little bit. A little. Just because now I have to really, really rely... Oh, look who just went down. Moss was in there as well. Quintana was in there, and all of a sudden we have 21 riders left at the front, 116 riders on the verge of making contact. It's still way too early, though, to try to just put the pedal to the metal and leave those guys behind, and we're already back up to full-size group. I lost control over Gio, but he's getting water, so that's okay. There we go. Finishes his task, and we begin ascending the Category 2 climb. We've got a very steep Category 1 right after this. Bit of chance to recover before we go up the final climb, but definitely we won't have everyone there. In fact, you can already see just getting to this first climb, a lot of the guys are on the edge. Landa, Algart, first one to be dropped, and we have 100 left in the peloton over the top. The original breakaway had 9 riders. They have a 2.5 minute lead to the front, but they're all split up, so most of them will be an easy catch on the next climb. Another crash. Sergio Henao among those that went down. I'm the only one at full strength at the moment. This is a good sign for me. These early climbs are doing a lot of damage to the field where it's really not affecting me at all. This one, definitely steeper though. Peloton already down to 88. Breakaway down to 5. Peloton continuing to shrink. Now it's 70. Landa has been dropped. Bernal is going to be the only one with me here real soon. I should get control over him with Moscon and Kwiatkowski gone. Cruising at the front. I'll easily make it to the top here, but the peloton down to just 34 riders, and we're down to the last 2 guys at the front. We've nearly caught them, and I am down to just Bernal, and Bernal is the one giving chase, and he's barely got the energy to do so. 29 riders as we hit the top of this climb. Let's go ahead and bring it on down from here. We are the front of the field now, and it is Bernal doing that work. All he has to do is really get me to that climb without allowing most of the field to catch up to us. And I think I can take these guys myself. 29, not going to be the easiest task. A little bit of undulation between here and the final climb, but it's really not much. 2-minute gap to those behind us. Again, if he can just about maintain that, we'll be fine. It's only 4 guys in the chase. Sosa, Uman, Valgren, and Carboni. That's a good group. Toynes in the one following that. So there's actually a lot of good climbers already dropped. In terms of the front group, Dumoulon's here, Moss, Bardet, Yates, that's Simon, Martinez, Egg, Pino, Gegenhardt, Hagita, and Quintana. So a lot of talented climbers at this race, and we're going to have our hands full dealing with them. We're back up to 32, by the way, and Bernal going to get water one last time. I suppose that's probably a good thing. Moscon and Kwiatkowski remake contact. I don't like the fact that we've gone back to 55, but I do like getting 2 very strong teammates back. Bernal going to get water again? Really? No, you just haven't gotten water to me yet? Why didn't I get water? There you go. Alright. I lost control of Bernal with these guys coming back. That's okay. I'll take it. And the depth, I think, is better for me than it is going to be for most of these riders. Okay, 18 kilometers to go. We're almost to the base of the climb. I've got Moscon at the front. I've got Kwiatkowski protecting me, and Bernal is riding right there with us.
The finish line is getting close. The riders have just passed the 15 kilometers road sign. The peloton has definitely accelerated, meaning that an attack is highly unlikely.
Yeah, we'll set an 80 on the tempo for now. And you know what? We're going to switch this up. He's an 80 on hills, 77 on the climbs. The 80 on hills is nice, but if we're going to have any success, we can't be pushing too hard, too fast. 79 is too soft, though. But I am waiting for Kwiatkowski and I to make our way up to him before we really accelerate. Okay, now he can go a little harder. 10K to go. And we're starting to see a couple other teams start to make their moves. Moscon, just find your way through here. Eight and a half K to go, and Moscon is nearly done. Finally makes his way up to the front. Kwiatkowski will take over shortly. We'll go in 82. There's 7.5K to go. We're seeing an acceleration by Yates. Not stressing about that. This is them wasting their energy. We're down to a group of 10 chasing 3. And pretty much at this point, everybody is riding for themselves just about. And yet Kwiatkowski is still helping me out. Go ahead and transcend.
The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 5 kilometers road sign.
Alright, so we have 3 riders ahead of us. That's Yates, Dumoulin, and Egg. 23 riders still keep in contact with me. But you get a real steep final couple K. So I've left the other group behind. So now it's just the 3 ahead of me. Go ahead and use my gel. 2.5K to go. Start to accelerate a little bit more. And I should start closing those guys down. Okay, 1.7K. Time to accelerate. One K to... Oh, shoot. Am I going to get there? Am I going to get there? Oh, I got there. I got there. Final few hundred meters. I'm out a little early on the red bar, but the yellow bar is hanging on. It should be enough. Yeah, I'm still pulling away. There we go. Mulan second. Gegenhardt third. Nice finish for him. Egg fourth. Nice finish for him as well. Moss, Simon Yates, Bardet, Martinez, Pinot, and Tish Benut are your top 10. Big gaps behind that. That's already at 2.5. Bernal, who was riding for himself, manages just 15th place. I'll definitely have the race lead after this. Won't be a huge lead though. This race isn't over. We've got another climbing stage to come though. But it's nice to be able to ride patiently and just tempo and then use the energy at the end and my speed, my hill pace especially, to just be able to crush these guys in the final kilometers. I was worried there for a moment that I wasn't going to catch up. For a second I thought those guys might have had too much of a gap, but you can make a ton of time in a very short period of time on a climb like that. So we end up winning by half a minute. Gegenhardt was nearly a minute behind, and then a big group at 1:09, and then the rest start falling in place at 2:20. So I've got a minute lead over Dumoulin and Gegenhardt and Martinez, minute and a half over Egg, Moss, Bardet, Yates. We're up to 2 with Pinot, Benut, and then it jumps to 3. And that's already enough to level up. Just a skill point here and just a skill point on the next one. So it's going to be a little while before we see attributes coming again. But next up, we'll finish off the performance category, and then we'll get into that final category of discovery. Just under 60K to go. We head through a sprint point, and then we've got the big climb of the day that makes this a mountain stage, because otherwise it would just be a punchy finish. My goal, demolish most of the field before the top of this climb. So we are going to do Team Sky / Ineos style. We're going to go sprint train right up this climb and destroy the field. And now that Reggio has finished bringing water up, I'm going to take full control of everyone, set 99, and here's the plan. Even though Bernal is on a -1, well, so am I for that matter, and Bernal is already best climber, best stamina resistance besides myself, he's going to follow me. And if we can, we're going to save one more as well, especially Kwiatkowski as an excellent downhill guy. So he's also, he's going to follow Bernal. And then we're going to burn through the other 4 on the climb. And that means we go in order of who's the best climbers. Landa, and then Moscon, but then is it... Oh, wow. Gio, look at that climbing. Okay, he's gonna go in between here, and then Algert, you need to come on forward. We still have a little ways to the climb, but you're a bit far back for us to be setting up the train behind you, because look who's dropping back, and Algert is at the back of the group. He's caught behind everybody. Yeah, that's my luck for you, but this is why we started early. Okay, you can ease off the 82 thing, but you've got to be getting up through the peloton. You started us very much near the back. So 133 riders, nobody has been dropped yet. It's a 3-minute gap to the breakaway. There are 21 riders in the breakaway, and you can see already just coming forward, Algert has done a little damage to the field. He's really good on the flat, so he did get forward in a decent amount of time. And now we'll back off slightly, but as we go above 3%, he is slow.
Both teams have set themselves up as pacemakers for the pack. They obviously don't have anybody in the breakaway group.
Alright, go ahead and speed up a little bit there, Algert. Things flatten out for a little bit. This is his time to shine. So this is 12.5K, 8%. It's a pretty good climb. It will do damage to the field. And already we've got Algert doing damage to the field before we even hit the base of it. So you've got a lot of riders that are going to be starting at 20 or 30% fatigued. See, we've already closed that gap just a bit. Now, he is definitely better hills than mountains. So as we go above 3%, we need to be pushing his pace towards his hill rating. Otherwise, he's kind of just cruising along. And there you go. He is done. And now it's Yanni Moscon's turn to get fired for a million different reasons. Alright, we'll set him to a 92. Make sure he's not doing too much damage to our team. But we definitely want him pushing that tempo. Yeah, he's hurting Reggio a little bit. Landa's 1% drops. And he's already pulled back 20 seconds. Algart's been dropped and the peloton's down to 76. Okay, red bar's gone. But if I go 99, he's got that yellow bar. He'll get a little more push. He's a little slower than he was, but it's not the worst. See, Reggio is actually surviving a little bit longer. It's still destroying the field. We're down to 62. Now that his yellow bar is gone, Reggio gets a turn to do what? He's got no stamina resistance. No wonder. So he really should have gone first. We'll just get him to... Oh, he is. All about mountain, not hill. So go exactly 85 for however long you can. Which is going to be very quick, but at least it gets me 200 meters. I mean, it's better than nothing. Let's see, we have not been going so fast, and Browski's right there. Okay, Landa's another one who is a hills guy. He's going to have a good turn of pace in 82. Oh, sorry, mountain guy, not a hills guy. He's going to have an 82. We still have a long ways to go on this climb, so you know what? We're not even going to do that. We're going to set you to like a 79. I think Landa's still going to be able to do a good, strong pace at about a 79. We've already brought it down to 54 riders, so... It's not going to drop the group as fast. Slower pace here, but it's still dropping. We're down to 38. Well, it was for a moment anyway. Bernal, Kwiatkowski, even I, all kind of just barely hanging on here. So this is quite the tempo we have churned out. So we're going to slow this down a little more. Landa, down to 29 riders, and he's done. Still want to save Bernal and Kwiatkowski. We're down to just 19 riders, by the way. So I'm going to set the tempo, but I'm going to set it low to a 74. Landa, see if you can get on and stay on. Kwiatkowski struggling here. Oh, I'm leaving my guys behind.
Rafael Mashka goes onto the attack.
It's in such percentages that the strongest can create.
I'd like to have those three still there on the descent, but we can't really afford to sit up, so just kind of cruising along. 20 riders. Landa, Kwiatkowski are dropped, but we're almost to the top, down to 15. I'll recover on the descent, especially if those guys get back on board. Bernal, Landa. Just 9 riders, just 2 left on the front. They've got a 2-minute gap. That's Micah and Rubino. Wow, Rubino. All right, almost to the top here.
Watch out, a team leader is falling behind.
All right, I sit up. We've got a group of 8 that made it over the top together. Already recovering. Dang, the gaps grew really fast. But this is what I wanted. This is a small group. It's going to be really hard to catch those two, though. What's the gap? Rubino, 11 minutes behind. And can I not see Micah? Micah, 6 minutes behind. Now we're up to 3 minutes. So those two are expanding the gap a little bit. Who's with me? Egg is okay. +2 on the race day condition, I guess. Simon Yates is here. He's got a +2. He's already recovered. Moss is here. Demoulin, Martinez, Gegenhardt, Bardet, Van Barl, Falgren, and Pino. Falgren's going to be tough to beat as he is quite punchy. So is Moss. And Egg's got a pretty decent amount of punch too. We're up to 17. Next group behind us is Bernal. It would be nice if he gets back.
Only 10 kilometers left.
But they're still a minute and a half behind. Alright. I need to make sure that I have the energy to not get dropped. Energy output, that is. Effort. Minute 12, but we're starting to go uphill, so I don't think those guys are going to latch on. And Bernal, yeah, look, they're losing a lot of energy in that chase.
Attack by Bardet.
First uphill. These guys are attacking. So Bardet's wasting his energy. A lot of guys. Moss as well just wasted a lot of energy. There goes Yates.
Attack by Simon Yates.
He will get away over the top, but it's the next climb. Just in right position over the top. There we go. We're already about to make contact. 3.8k. This is not for the stage win today. Okay, this is pacing, guys. 2.5k. 2k. Now we can accelerate a little bit. It's really steep. And we're about to hit that steep section. There it is. Wow, look at how it just goes like straight up. 1.4k.
Feared by many riders, the percentages are very high.
1k. Still really steep. I've caught Rubino, but we're not going to catch Micah. I get clear.
Those guys up front aren't going
700 meters.
to today.
I'm clear of the group. Sprint the rest of the way, but Micah's going to win the stage.
A solo victory for Mashka.
I get second.
Up the rear have made it through sheer willpower.
So perfect record is done. However, I was not beaten. That was a breakaway win. Martinez, Moss, Egg, Dumoulin just 6, Pinot, Bardet, Gegenhardt, Simon Yates, Benoot. I will win this race. The only stage left to impact things. Next stage is a sprint stage. Final stage is a 10-kilometer air quotes time trial. Sorry, I know anything over the 5k is no longer a prologue, but 10k to me is still prologue. I can't do it. I can't admit that that's a time trial. But a comfortable lead entering that means no doubt about it. Now Dumoulin's still probably in second place. I don't think he lost enough time here to have dropped anywhere, because I think I'm the only one he lost time to, and Micah doesn't count as he was 6 minutes behind.
Highlights that we've selected for you.
That one's as good as a victory, especially considering we gained 12 seconds on our rivals, and they all get same time. So there you go. Minute 15 to Dumoulin, Martinez and Gegenhardt at a minute and a half. Egg, Moss, Bardet, Yates, Pinot, and Benoot are all at about 2 minutes. And then there's Micah up to 11th. So yeah, good for him, but he's not a contender at all. A minute 15 to Dumoulin, though, on a short 10k. Even if he does beat me on the time trial, I don't think he's going to beat me by over a minute, unless we end up with like a -5 race day condition or something. The problem with Pro Cyclist mode at a stage like this, I don't get to control the guys that go before me. I don't get to test how much effort is required to optimize the effort on course. And then the problem with a stage like this, it's so short. So it generally requires much higher effort than what you normally put in. 76 is kind of that standard optimum on the flat when it comes to a time trial. But whatever they want to call it, this is more of a prologue than a time trial. And so coming out the box, you have to burn a kilometer or two to find out what is the optimum level. And I thought I was going too hard, and then all of a sudden things kind of were working out. So is it a 77? Is it a 78? Is it a 76? I don't know. I think we are just starting to go net positive. which is probably a good thing. Okay, we're 11 seconds down in 30th at that first check. +1 race day condition. I've got a 78 prologues, 81 time trial, so we're at about a 79 average. Back off again to a 78 here. To a 77. I'm at a deficit all of a sudden. Dumoulin just went top. Micah's 19 seconds behind him. And we run out of energy about 30 meters from the finish. I finished second, but it's 18 seconds behind Dumoulin. Dumoulin takes the stage, rounds up to 19, but I will win the overall. So perfect record is definitely done. If we didn't count it finished when I finished second to a breakaway rider, well, we would definitely count it finished here because I was straight up beaten. So even though the perfect record for the season is over, the GC part, that perfect record continues. 4 for 4, winning every single race we have entered this year. And only a couple times now have we lost a stage in which we could have won. But we've still had a podium on every single stage that we've participated in this season outside of sprint races. That's going to do it for this episode. Good evaluation, another 85 points. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Milan moves up 57 places with a good race and stage for him. Wow. I'm ahead by almost 1,000. Bye for now.